here is the brutal truth. Women do not want the man who chases, they want the man. And they must chase the moment you start chasing you. Place yourself beneath her and the attraction dies. But when you flip the script and stop playing by her rules, she feels the shift, she feels the silence and the certainty, and she comes crawling back because power lives where you are. Calm, detached, and focused on your mission, you have been taught that more effort equals more love. But the harder you try, the faster she runs. So today, we end the chasing, we end the over-texting, we end the proving, and we replace it with presence boundaries and emotional control. From this moment forward, you become the prize, the challenge, the man who can walk away and mean it. And that is exactly why she cannot. Because the second she realizes she cannot control you, she begins to fear losing you. And that fear is what makes her chase, what makes her question everything. She thought she knew about you and what makes her fight to stay in your life. If this hits home and you recognize the signs of her pulling back, drop a comment saying, "I choose power," and subscribe to Stoic Guy so you never lose frame again. And make sure you stay until the very end of this video, because the final lesson is the one that changes everything. Miss it, and you'll keep repeating the same mistakes. 1. Understanding why women lose interest. Women do not pull away at random. It is never without reason. It is always about power dynamics. When a woman feels she has too much control, the attraction dies. It is not even a choice she makes consciously. It is human nature. When she feels she has you on a leash, she grows bored and begins to look elsewhere. The reality is this: people do not value what comes too easily. If you have been too available, too quick to respond, too eager to please, you have already lost some value in her eyes. When she knows you will always pick up, when she knows you will always be there, she stops appreciating your presence and begins taking you for granted. The second she feels like she doesn't need to work for your attention, she pulls back. Women test men all the time, often without even realizing it. These tests come in the form of silence, coldness, and distance. It is her way of seeing how much control she truly has over you. And if your reaction is to panic, to send long texts, to call, or to try to fix things, then you just gave her the answer. You just confirmed she has the power. That is the exact moment she loses attraction. Maybe you have been dating a few months, and suddenly her replies are slower. At first, you shrug it off, but soon it becomes clear she is pulling away. Your instincts tell you to fix it, send a thoughtful text, plan something sweet. But the moment you give her that validation, you lose even more ground. Because it is not about fixing things on the surface. It is about resetting the dynamic entirely. Stop thinking your constant effort will bring her back. It won't. In fact, it proves to her she is above you. The only way forward is to stop playing her game and change the frame. She should feel the uncertainty. She should feel that you are not guaranteed. She should feel that you are the prize. 2. Emotional detachment. Now that you understand why she's pulling back, it's time to introduce the most powerful tool in your arsenal: emotional detachment. When you pull back emotionally, you create space for her to miss you. The minute you stop caring so much, she starts caring more. And this isn't about playing games. It's about regaining your power and commanding respect without saying a single word. Most men fail here because they believe showing less interest will make them lose the girl for good. But here's the paradox. The moment you stop being available, the moment you stop reacting to every little thing she does, the moment you stop seeking her validation, that's when you become attractive again. Think about the last time you desperately wanted something you couldn't have. A job, a deal, someone's attention. The scarcity made it more valuable. That's exactly what happens to her when you detach. You must act like you're completely unbothered by her pulling away. No texts, no calls, no checking her Instagram stories. You become a ghost. Why? Because your silence speaks louder than any words. The second she feels your absence, she starts questioning herself. She wonders if she made a mistake. She wonders if you're seeing someone else. She wonders if you've already moved on. And that's when the tables turn. In today's world of constant connection, people are terrified of silence. Everyone is posting, texting, snapping, updating. When you refuse to play that game, your silence becomes deafening. It cuts through the noise and forces her to feel your absence in a way she cannot ignore. If you're ready to master emotional detachment and stop chasing, subscribe to Stoic Guy right now. Because in the final lesson of this video, I'll show you the one shift that locks in respect forever, and you don't want to miss it. 3. Avoiding the common mistakes. Here's where most men blow it. They panic when they don't hear from her, and they start making mistakes. They send a check-in text. They comment on her Instagram post. They ask mutual friends what she's been up to. These moves might feel small, but every one of them destroys your chances of resetting the dynamic. The truth is this: most men can't handle silence. They convince themselves, I'll just send one message to see if she's okay. But that one message is all it takes to ruin everything. The second you reach out, you confirm what she already suspects, that she still has control. And when she knows that, you've lost the upper hand. Think about it. She posts a picture of herself looking amazing, maybe even provocative. Your instinct screams at you to like it, maybe even drop a comment. But that's exactly what she wants. She's fishing for your attention. The moment you bite, you've given her validation without her lifting a finger to earn it. And that's the worst position you can be in. Because now she gets to feel desired without having to actually value you. This is why you must resist. No likes, no comments, no DMs, not even a view on her stories. Complete restraint. Let her wonder why you didn't notice. Let her miss the attention she used to take for granted. Because every time you ignore the bait, you take back control. 4. No contact that works. Now we move into one of the most effective strategies you'll ever use. No contact. This is where you go completely silent. No texts, no calls, no checking in, no watching her stories. Nothing. You vanish from her world, and that silence flips a switch in her mind. No contact is psychological warfare. Women are used to men who cannot handle silence. They expect you to chase, to reach out, to keep the conversation alive. But when you don't do any of that, when you disappear completely, it disrupts everything she thought she knew about you. Suddenly, she isn't the one in control anymore. You are. She starts to wonder what happened. Did you lose interest? Are you seeing someone else? Did you already move on? That fear of losing you is what begins to eat at her. For the next 30 days, you become a ghost. You don't text her. You don't call her. You don't even send a quick "hope you're okay." Nothing. And yes, this will be the hardest part. Most men can't take the silence. They get impatient. They think, what if she forgets me? What if she moves on? But here's the truth. The longer you stay silent, the more she misses you. In a world where everyone is constantly connected, where attention is cheap and notifications never stop, disappearing creates a void. and that void forces her to feel your absence in a way she cannot ignore. Your silence is louder than any words you could send, and the more she feels that emptiness, the more she begins to realize what she lost. 5. How to stay focused during no contact. The biggest mistake men make during no contact is sitting around waiting. They obsess. They stare at their phones every 5 minutes, hoping to see her name light up the screen. They replay old conversations, wondering what they should have done differently. They scroll her social media, trying to decode every post. And while they do that, they waste the one thing they can never get back: time. No contact is not about waiting. It's about working. It's about building yourself in the silence. While you're gone from her life, you should be showing up stronger in your own. This is the time to hit the gym harder, to put in hours on your business, to sharpen your skills, to expand your mind. Because when she does eventually reach out, the man she left behind should no longer exist. She should be facing a man who is fitter, sharper, more disciplined, and more valuable than before. When you stay focused during no contact, you do 2 things. First, you shift your attention away from her and back onto yourself, and that makes you stronger. Second, you raise your value to the point where, whether she comes back or not, you win. Because you've built yourself into the kind of man she cannot ignore, and the kind of man other women are drawn to. That's the paradox. The more you detach and grow, the less you need her, and the more she starts to feel she needs you. And here's the truth. Pain is fuel. The sting of heartbreak, the silence, the emptiness, it's all energy. Most men waste it on desperation. You're going to use it as motivation. Every time you feel the urge to reach out, channel it into your training, your projects, your future. Turn heartbreak into progress, and you'll never lose. If you're ready to use this silence to level up, subscribe to Stoic Guy right now. Because this is where you'll learn to stay disciplined and untouchable. So the question is simple. Will you keep repeating the same cycle? Or will you finally flip the script